All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. For the series, we're doing our weekly update for the past week that we've read. We got a bunch of physical single issues that we read, as you can see, pretty fast stack. And then I read two series digitally as well, so we'll go over those first. First one we read was Sabretooth and the Exiles. This one was actually a pretty good story. I definitely recommend it. I'm not a huge Sabretooth fan. He's not like top tier for me, but he's a cool character. So on this one, he escapes from the pit that he got put in the Krakoa era, and he escapes there. And now the rest of the people that was in the pit with him are the Exiles. They got set free to go find Sabretooth, bring him back, and then their time in the pit will either go away or they'll get a shorter time on that. So it's kind of like a prison thing. So Sabretooth gets away, gets himself into some trouble. So the Exiles have not only have to go find him, but they have to save him as well. So in this series, it's issues 1 through 5. It's just a 5 series arc, which is pretty good. I definitely recommend it. If I had to rank this one, it would be I would say about 4 out of 5. Like I said, I'm not a huge Sabretooth. There's some characters in there I don't really care for. Um, but the storyline is actually pretty cool. And of course, with Sabretooth being loose, it's going to probably tie into with him facing Wolverine in a later series of Krakoa in the Wolverine series. So I'm excited to read those. So you kind of needed to read these to see what's going on. And I'm sure there's more stuff to read before it gets to Wolverine versus Sabretooth. But overall, it was a good series. Next one that we read is Deadpool Volume 2. It's going to include issues 6 through 10. And then that's the end of the Deadpool in the Krakoa era. This one's pretty cool. You find out after reading, issues 1 through 5, he has a symbiote dog, and he's dating Valentine, who was part of the Assassins group. So in these ones, the Assassins group is trying to come after Deadpool and Valentine, and also get the dog because they think they can use the dog to their advantage. So they're kind of hunting all three of them, mainly for the dog is what they're really wanting, but they know Deadpool and Valentine will come with it. So pretty cool story. This one I recommend 100%, 5 out of 5. It was a cool story arc. Kind of just sees what Deadpool's doing while going on with the Krakoa era, him trying to find love, trying to get a family started and stuff like that. So I definitely recommend it. Again, 5 out of 5. If you like Deadpool, I'd recommend the whole series of Deadpool in Krakoa. So issues 1 through 10. There's 10 issues overall. Again, the one I read was the series 6 through 7 in that arc. Pretty good on that as well. So now we're going to continue with Marvels. We're going to get into our single issues. We read a lot this week. A lot of the Marvel ones that I've read, though, is part of the Ultimate series. So right here, I'm going to go over two of them at the same time because it's the same title, just a different issue. First one's going to be Ultimate Spider-Man issue 6. And then, wrong one, also issue 7, and Ultimate Spider-Man. So in issue 6, you face Fisk after finding out that he's part of the group that you want to chase. So Spider-Man and Green Lantern goes after him. They fight him. They find out that he's not the big head honcho. They get their butt kicked, so they went back to the facility talking about how they can change things up and fight. And then also Spider-Man and Green Goblin kind of have a disagreement as in killing. Green Goblin wanted to kill Fisk, and Spider-Man was against it. He's still trying to figure out how to be Spider-Man ever since he didn't become Spider-Man until recently. So he's trying to find that inner, line between what he's going to do and what he doesn't want to do. And while that's going on, so that's issue 6. Issue 7, they find out that their tech, the Green Lantern suit and the Spider-Man suit, as you can see on the cover, are from the same facilities from Tony Stark that Spider-Man got his suit from, and so is Green Goblin's suits from the same thing. So they started going into the suit, trying to figure out how they're connected, why they can work together even better on that. So that's kind of the whole series on that one. While in their suits, they can have a voice with them. And Spider-Man picks himself because he said he doesn't listen to anybody more than himself. But then Green Goblin picks his dad, which is Harry Osborn, and kind of gets a little dicey in it. So I definitely recommend these series as well. If you haven't started reading Ultimate Spider-Mans or any of the Ultimate series, I definitely recommend it. We're going to continue with the Ultimate series, which is going to be Ultimate X-Men issue number 4. This one, you kind of get into more depth about them coming out with their powers. This one's also a good story. Sorry, real quick, for the Spider-Mans, I recommend those. Like I said, 5 out of 5. They're good stories. All these Ultimate series has been really good. No complaints. So like I said, the Ultimate X-Men issue number 4, really good. Different type of style of book. Like I said, it's more like a Japanese horror. But of course, with the twist of X-Men, you found out a little more about a certain kid that had passed away and that they're dealing with is haunting them. And then another student is discovering that one of the main characters, the one that's in the pink, it has powers, but she also has powers, but she's kind of keeping it on the low. So it's very interesting. Issue 4 was really good. Can't wait to see what they go with on this. I know there's more Ultimate X-Men's, a couple more after these I still got to read, but I'm liking the series so far. Next, you got Ultimate Black Panther issue number 5. So within this series, they find the source that came down with the metals that they use, and it's supposed to be like the opposites of each other. Like one's good, one's bad. That's how they kind of see it. So what they're trying to do is discover it, figure it out, and keep it away from the two main characters that are two bad characters that are coming after them for it. And they that's the kind of the whole story, how they're gonna protect it. And towards the end, the enemies actually end up getting it. I'm not gonna say exactly how they did that, but it's a very good story. I definitely recommend it. Ultimate Black Panther has been good so far. I can't wait to catch up with that series as well. All right, the next series that we got into for the last Ultimates is Ultimates 2, and you see on the cover Iron Man strangling Captain America. And the reason for this is that they went to the White House to try to save what they say, quote unquote, America. They keep trying to say they're saving America from the guy who is the president, who's also became president because of the Maker. So like America's corrupted and they're just trying to change it. So they go into the White House, they're fighting all these guys, and then they talk to the main guy in gold suit, which is actually in the suit that Iron Man came out in, the dad of Iron Lad. It's supposed to be like the original suit that he made when he became Iron Man, that big, chunky, heavy suit. He put it in gold, and now it's a gold suit that he wears as the president, kind of taunting Tony Stark and stuff like that. So the whole story of it is them trying to save America. They keep quoting, "I'm saving America. I'm here to save America." Through the whole comic, they show Captain America, because he was in ice, what has happened since he got frozen to when he came out, and how the world changed and how it got destroyed. So that's why they keep quoting, "I'm here to save America. I'm here to save America." So at the end, they defeat the president, and then they go to the basement, and what they do is they find somebody there and realize that person is actually America. So have you ever guys seen the Doctor Strange movie, March to Madness, or have you read more Doctor Strange comics? America is a person that can go through multiverses, so they're trying to rescue her, and that's why they kept saying, "I'm here to save America." It's a really good story. It's kind of crazy how they're tying that whole multiverse, how they could possibly fix the multiverse that they're in right now, by bringing America in. So I think that's pretty cool. So that's end for the Marvel series right there. That's all the Marvels I read. Now is a bunch of DCs, as you can still see. I got a fast stack of DCs that I read. First one I'm gonna go over is two comics, or two issues of a comic, which is Batman: Batman: The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween. We got issue 0 and issue 1. Both great stories. These happened during Halloween season. That's why it's called that. And normally in Halloween, people dress up, go trick or treating. It's supposed to be a fun thing, but in this one, Gotham is very dark and very scary during the Halloween time. So in this one, Batman is trying to stop all the crime that's going on. Main character, as you can see right there, is Harvey Dent. He's involved in the situation in issue 0 and issue 1. I definitely recommend these. I know these came out a little bit ago, but I just picked these up and I read them, and I think they're pretty good. It's going to be a 10 issue or 11 issues technically, because you got 0 to 10 and then you got 1 through 10. So it's going to be 11 issue series. I definitely recommend it. If you're getting into DC, you don't really need to know too much to get into this series as Batman. So I definitely recommend, if you're trying to learn more Batman stuff like I did, because I didn't have any Batman info yet. These are great stories to read. I definitely recommend them. But now, speaking of Batman, this is the one that everybody's been talking about, and I actually made a TikTok on my TikTok page, so go ahead and check it out. Link in the description below. It's going to be the absolute Batman. He looks crazy right there. This one, I can't praise even more, man. This is, normally I rate things 5 out of 5. This one I recommend like a 6 out of 5. The story is insane. What it is it's a different twist on Batman. Batman's not a rich kid that parents died. He's actually from a poor family, and his dad still ends up dying, and now he became Batman to help protect his mom, but his vengeance is a little deeper than like original Batman. This one, he kills. He definitely kills people. I mean, if you look on his costume, it's kind of hard to see, but in the ears, those come off to become knives. The emblem on his chest becomes an axe. In this issue, he is trying to stop a group called the Party Animals. What they're doing is causing havoc on the city and causing a lot of trouble. He's there to stop them. I don't want to go into details because I'm going to do a detailed video on my TikTok. So check it out there, like again, in a link in the description below. But definitely recommend this 6 out of 5. That's how crazy good it was. And I can't wait for more of the Absolute series to come out, as in Superman and Wonder Woman. Because of this Batman, I'm really excited for those even more. Now, part of the All In where you can start the new story arcs. I read more of those kind of comics here. Right here, you got Poison Ivy, issue number 26. Artwork looks amazing. I read this one's very good. I know portrayed as a bad person, but in this comic, she's trying to do good. So I don't know if there's story arcs before where she changed to be a good person, but she's just trying to save the world and the environment. Obviously, Poison Ivy, but there's a group called the Greens. Who are causing more trouble in Gotham and in the world. So she's like trying to save the planet, but not the way they're doing it, and she's trying to stop them. But in the end, she gets blamed as being the leader for it, which is pretty crazy. She's not the leader. So now in the next issue, I'm assuming she's gonna have to start working on trying to prove that she's not part of it. Very good. 5 out of 5. I think honestly the rest of these DC comics are all 5 out of 5. So just so you know, I definitely recommend them. Shazam is the next one I read, issue number 16, all in Thai. In this issue, the kids in his adopted family already have the powers of Shazam just like he does. So now in this issue, Billy, one of the brothers who is also Shazam, is kind of taking all the glory for everything that Shazam is doing, which he's fine with. He's as long as people are safe, I don't care. But Billy's like always saying like, "Oh, I'm the leader. I'm taking, charge. I'm the one that saves everybody." So that's kind of the main issue, and this is them kind of like trying to figure that life story out and trying to get that situated while saving civilians and stuff like that. So definitely recommend it. It's a cool story arc. I can't wait to see what happens next. And like I said, it's a new story arc, so I'm excited for that one. Next one, this is one of my favorite DC characters, so I was very excited to read this, which is Green Lantern Civil Corps Special Issue number 1. I don't think there's ever going to be more after this. I think this was just kind of starting where the arc's going to start, so when the regular Green Lantern comes out, you know what's going on. Green Lantern is one of my favorite characters, but in this one, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of gets a little bit confusing if you don't know too much of Green Lantern. So it's kind of rough to start. If you have some background on it, you can get it pretty easily. And I have some background on Green Lantern, but it was still kind of hard for me to read. As in understanding, it's not like important where it's gonna confuse you so much that you can't read the ongoing series. But it's kind of like I don't get that part, but you could probably get past it. Still great artwork, great story. It's a little bit confusing though, so if you have no clue on Green Lantern, you might get confused. I would recommend trying to do a little background research on it, or if you want to dive in and then do research while you're reading it, I definitely recommend it. But still great artwork. This is kind of showing the Civil Corps and what they do and all the different kind of characters in it, so that it sets up for the Green Lantern that's coming out soon. Next, we got Batman and Robin issue number 14, which was fantastic. In this one, I didn't realize I know Robin was a kid and supposed to be his son, but this kid in here as Robin, he's more like, oh, I don't want to do anything else. I just want to fight crime. While Batman, Bruce Wayne, is trying to teach him different aspects of how he can help save the city. They go to a charity event that's supposed to help, the city with medication for sick people that can't afford it. So he's doing a charity event. Damien, who's a Robin, doesn't like being there, but of course, in the Batman story, they can't do anything without anything going down. Somebody breaks in or tries to rob this charity event in the dark, and there's a fire. So Bruce is trying to save everybody. He doesn't have his costume, so he's trying to do it within the shadows, which is pretty cool. While Damon's there to protect the people, like the civilians there. So I definitely recommend this story. I probably didn't explain that one the best, but I definitely recommend it. Of course, 5 out of 5. I can't wait to read the next one because it definitely leaves on a cliffhanger. Of course, like most comics do, unless the arc is ending. Last one that we're reading, or that we read, sorry, is Action Comics, issue 1070. This one's really cool. It has all the Superman, Kryptonian like heroes in it. You got Superman, Supergirl, John Kent. You got Crypto, even the dog's in here. And they're running into an issue with another dimension, so Superman's gonna have to leave to go face that dimension. Towards the end, he's explaining it to everybody, but while he does that, Supergirl also goes off and does her own little side mission. So it's talking about the issues that they're gonna run into, and then at the end they break apart to go deal with those issues, mainly so that when Superman's issue comes out, it's part of their Superman and Superwoman or Supergirl issue. So I'm excited for this. Definitely recommend this. You don't need to know too much. They kind of explain everything, who the Kryptonians are. And if so, you can always go back and do research on some of the characters. Superman's one of my favorites, so I kind of know everybody about this. So this issue was amazing, and I definitely recommend it. So that's all the comics I read. I know this video is a little bit longer. If I didn't go too much into details, I don't want to try to spoil everything. Kind of just give you the main points of the story, so you can say, "Oh, that sounds interesting. I'm gonna read it." Like I said, though, in my TikTok, I did do more of a breakdown of the Absolute Batman, so check it out in the link in the description below. That was the weekly read. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments below what you guys read this week. If you guys read any of these, and you guys, let me know what you think about them. If you liked them, you didn't like them, stuff like that. If you guys recommend any comic books as well, let me know in the comments, and I can definitely try to check them out. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.